All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to our last class of the year. Hard to believe. So I hope everybody's well. I wanted to start. I love Mary Oliver. This is one of her book of poems called Dream Work. And I just adore her poetry. And I thought I would go ahead and read her poem that's called The Journey. And I think you've mostly heard this before, but it seemed appropriate for the new year coming. So sit well. We're going to be on the mat for a fair amount of the class. So make sure that you're comfortable. We're going to start seated, and then I think we're going to lay down for a little bit. And maybe close your eyes and tap into your breath and the journey. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble, and you felt the old tug at your ankles, mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. So breathe that in as we contemplate the new year, as we contemplate where our path is going in our lives. And as we make choice after choice, perhaps we consider what it is that will serve our highest and best interests, what will serve our path, not in a selfish way, but in a healthy way. And when we start to look at that path, we get a clear understanding of what we can do to save ourselves, what we can do to help others, what we can do to make a difference. To breathe it in and let it go. Good. Breathe it in, everybody. And let it go. Good. 3 more just like that. And then open the eyes. Start to roll the shoulders. Just start to stretch it out a little bit. Good. Go the other way. And then let both arms come up. Exhale to your heart. Press it out. Interlaced fingers. Press it out. Drop the shoulders. Maybe take the arms up. If that hurts your wrists, your shoulders, your elbows, then just separate those hands and breathe. And then maybe a little side bend. Go very gentle here. Both sides. Good. One more, both sides. Finding your breath. And take it back to the center. Press those arms, reach the arms forward, bring it into your heart and shake it out. And then take both hands behind you again, interlacing the hands, drawing the chest nice and tall. The fingers are resting on the floor, the blanket, or somewhere behind you, not worrying about trying to lift the arms, but squeezing the shoulder blades toward each other. Don't overdo it here. Nice deep breath. And then release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, one hand down, the other one over. And up. Good, other side. And breathe, take it up. Take those hands to the heart, interlace, press it out. Reach up, everybody. Go to one side and center. Go to the other side. Center, reach with the arms. Take them in front of you. Bring them back to your heart. Shake them out and interlace behind you again, switching maybe that interlace so the fingers feel a little different. Squeeze the shoulder blades, press back, nice neutral head, and release, shake that out. Take both hands behind your head so that your hands are interlaced very gently here. The elbows are pressing out to the side. Be very mindful of your particular neck. And maybe with that head fully supported, you look up and stretch through the front of the neck, maybe the front of the chest, maybe drawing the back, upper back in toward the spine. And exhale, again, being mindful, maybe the elbows come down toward the floor. Inhale, lift up, spread the elbows, look up toward the ceiling. Exhale down toward the floor. A little variation here, cat-cow, and up. Exhaling as you go down. Two more, take it up. Exhale down. Good, last one. And exhale. And then come to neutral. Take the right arm out to the side and then draw the left elbow toward that right side. So you're just stretching the back body. It's like a little weird pose here. And take it center, just open that elbow and bring it across again. Whew, good, one more, stretch it out and then bring it across. Release, take that hand behind the head, extend out through your left arm. Keep the head nice and tall, and then bring that right elbow toward the left side and open. Bring it across and open. Good, one more. Bring it across and open. Both hands behind the head. Draw the elbows really wide here. Press the back of the head into the hands. And let go. Whew, good. Feel all that work. All right, let's shake out the legs. Take them both forward. Dandasana pose. Press through the ball mounds of the feet. Engage the legs. The hands come down to your sides. Find your breath, everybody. Shoulders are open. Breathe in and let go. Good. Fire up those legs. Optional. Take those arms up. Hold on to the imaginary beach ball so that you feel the shoulder muscles, the back muscles engage a little bit. Maybe lift one foot off the floor, just finding some energy there in the legs. And lower down. Let's lift the other leg. Hold. And lower down. Release those arms. Roll the shoulders out. Bend your right leg. Grab a hold of your foot, your shin, or the knee, and extend that leg up. Press down through the leg that's on the floor. Draw this right shoulder back, even though it's extended forward a little bit, and take the arm up. Opposite arm up. Big deep breath here. Pressing down through the leg. You're leaning back a little bit, but not over leaning. Breathe. Maybe take the leg out to the side. Arm goes out to the side. Breathe. And then bring it in. Bend the knee. Grab your foot shin or behind the knee with the opposite hand and extend again. Woo. And then same leg, just bend the knee, plant that foot. If this is your right leg, you're going to take the left arm either around the knee or the left elbow to the outer part of the knee. Mine is elbows actually more or less on top of the knee, and come into a seated twist. Now that leg on the floor, keep it active, keep it working. Don't over twist here. Find your breath. Come back to center. Reach those arms up. Release. Put that same foot into Janusirsasana. The foot goes to the inner thigh. Exhale, forward fold. Let's just find the pause button here. By the way, if you want to use your strap, you can always take the strap around the foot. Don't need to. You don't need to go deep here. Try to work with the spine. Try to keep that spine nice and long. And breathe. Deep breath in through the nose, exhaling it, letting it go, everyone. Finding your breath, trusting your body, taking care of yourself. That's it. One more nice deep breath here, taking it to your level. Don't overdo. And then slide the arms back up, reach those arms up, release the bent knee, straighten the legs, and let those arms come down. Just give your legs a little bit of a shake. All right, and then Dandasana pose again, finding that nice strong pose. Optional, take the arms up, lift one leg, hold, and lower, lift the other leg, hold, and lower. Release the arms, bend that knee, take your hand to, again, the foot. You can grab the ankle, you can hold behind the knee. It's not about how high that leg goes. The opposite arm comes up. The leg on the floor is grounded. We're pressing down through the heel, through the back of the thigh. Find your breath. Little bit of tone to the belly. Just feel the stretch. Maybe take the leg out to the side. The other arm will go out just to compensate there, just to find that balance. And bring it through center. Bend the knee. Grab the foot, ankle, shin with the other hand and bring it across, stretching through the outer hip. Drop the shoulders. Just feel this big stretch, usually for the extended leg here. And then release that, come into a nice seated twist. That foot comes to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. Either your right arm's going around your left knee or the elbow's going out to the side. And we find that seated twist. Breathe. Good. Release that twist, everybody. Release that leg. Come into Janusirsasana. Take the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Open up those shoulders. Just find your first forward fold here where we're working with the hamstring on that right leg. Shoulders draw back. We try not to, couple things, right? We try not to round into the upper back. I'd rather see you up nice and tall with a neutral spine. Excuse me. And we try not to, we try to pay attention to the leg that is stretching without rounding the shoulders forward. Just notice how it feels. Go slow. It's early in class. Deep breath in. Good. One more breath, everyone. And take that torso up. Inhale all the way up. Release that bent knee. Shake it all out. Let the arms go. And release. Good. Have your strap nearby. We're going to come down to our side body. So feel free to put a little pillow, something underneath your head. I'm going to lay on my right side. And just take your body, your torso down, support the head. I might keep my head a little bit more lifted. You may or may not need that strap, so just keep it nearby. And stack the knees and just pause here for a second. And then feel the low belly tone in, right? Pubic bone to belly button tones in really nicely. Bottom leg stays where it is. The top leg starts to do some nice hip flash knee circles. So I'm just starting to check out a little bit of range of motion, what's happening with my leg, my hip, how does it feel? Keep that light tone in the belly so that the lower back is supported here. And as you bring the leg back, try not to move into the lower back if you can. Just work with the hip, change directions. That's it. You got this. Ooh. And then place your knee on top of the other knee. Keep that parallel leg and lift it up and lower it down. Good. Lift. You can point that knee to the ceiling. That's okay. And down. Go slow. Lift. And down. Good. Two more. Lift. Down. Take it up. Last one. And down. And then bring the knee up and extend the leg up toward the ceiling. Now, this is where you might want your strap if this is really challenging for you. Breathe. All right, so you've got this leg, lots and lots of control. The front hand is here in front of you. You're just going to lower it to the level of the hip, bend the knee, and bring it back behind you. And then reverse that, bring the knee forward, extend it out, and lift it up. Good, just two more like that. Lower it down, bend the knee, press that foot to a wall behind you, bring it back forward, extend it out, and lift it up. We've got one more. Lower slow, this is very controlled to the level of the hip. Bend the knee, press that leg back, draw it back and forward, extend it out, and lift all the way up. From here, either your strap or your hand, just hold that leg, give yourself some support. Some of you are going to be able to reach for the toe and find that as well. Nice job, everybody. Release and let go and switch sides. So laying on my left side, just so I can keep it straight. Cushion that head, support where you are, bend both knees, hold here, nice tone to the belly, and then that top knee starts to do a little circle. That's it. Just check it out, right? What's actually happening with the hip? What is going on as you move the leg in this circle? It's such a cool joint, right? The hip joint allows these legs to go in so many directions. Speaking of which, switch direction. You got it. One more. And set that leg down for a moment. Flex the feet, tone that belly in, lift and open. So there'll be a point at which that stops, right? So you don't go, you don't bring the hip back. You're just working, you don't bring the pelvis back, I guess I should say. You're keeping it nice and neutral. Good. Two more here. Squeeze open and down. Last one, squeeze and down. And then take that leg up, extend the leg up toward the ceiling once again. Feel free to use your strap, your hand, anything you need to support your pose here. The foot is flexed. Here we go. You're going to slowly lower, slow, slow, slow. Don't let it go all the way to the floor. Bend your knee, press that thigh back toward the wall behind you, and then reverse it. Bring the knee in Extend it out slow. Lift that leg up. 2 more. Lower. Bend the knee. Squeeze the thigh back. Bring it forward. Extend it forward. And lift. Yeah. 1 more, everybody. Down we go. Bend. Reach it back. Press it forward. Extend it out. And lift it up. And then just hold here. Maybe you grab your shin or your toe and just stretch that lovely leg out. Smile. Release. Bend both knees. Whew. Pause here for a moment. And then come on to your bellies. If your blanket is there, if you were using it, you can just take that belly or that blanket underneath your belly there, underneath the low ribs. That's fine. And then come into Sphinx pose. Draw the shoulders away from each other. Feel the extension through the spine, especially that upper back, everybody. Take the legs a little bit wider on your yoga mat. Take the hands out at a diagonal so they're touching the corners of your mat. And then optionally, you're going to press the arms straight, lifting those elbows and lower down. Good. And 2, and 3, 4, 5, 5 more. You can stay in Sphinx. You can change this pose any way that serves your body. We got these 3 left. And 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Good. I'm going to take this blanket out. Come back to Sphinx pose. Plant your elbows, your hands, push into your knees and draw hips and belly off the floor. Hold here, breathe. Lift the knees, optional elbow plank. Lower the knees, lower the hips, Sphinx pose. Starting to stretch out that belly in Sphinx and yet engage that belly in elbow plank. All right, same thing. Here we go. You're in Sphinx pose. Tone that belly in, push into your knees, lift those legs off or lift the hips off the floor. Still good. Lift the knees off the floor. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, lower the hips, Sphinx pose. If you need a break, just come on down. We're going to do 3 more here. When you're ready, first the belly tones in. Really important there. Push into your knees to lift the hips. You can hang out right here or lift the knees and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower knees, lower hips. Hang in there. We've got 2 left. If your lower back needs a break, please take that or just skip the next 2. All right, here we go. Push, tone the belly, push into the knees, lift the hips. Flip the toes under, lift the knees. Breathe. Lower the knees, lower the hips. Sphinx pose. And last one, push into the knees, lift the hips, hold. Lift the knees, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, lower the belly, woo, lower the upper body. Let your head rest on your hands. Maybe bend the knees, little windshield wiper here. And then lower those knees, turn back over to one side. Over to one side. Again, I'm just going to bring my pillow in, try to keep my head a little elevated. Bend the knees, stack those knees, everybody. Breathe. Lift the knee, lift the foot, turn the knee up and extend up again. Find your breath. Now, again, you can use the strap here. If you don't feel like the hammies are ready for this, just use your strap. It's okay. Tone the belly in, flex the foot, and turn the foot as you lower it to tap your toe. And then turn the foot again to lift the leg. So working here with some internal, external rotation of the hip, lifting that leg up, foot is flexed, turning it inward, right, to tap the big toe. Good. Couple more. Lower. Last one. Tap your toe, hold there. Big internal rotation. It is not the easiest for some people. And then just lift the leg and then tap the toe. We're just lifting to hip level. 3, 4. Good. Let me do 5 more right here. 5, the heels pointing toward the ceiling. 4, toes touching down. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lift that leg, turn the toes back forward, extend that leg all the way out from the hip and lower that leg down, straightening the bottom leg. Hold here. Optional 1, you're right here. This is perfectly fine. You're happy as can be. Or 2, you're just going to turn the torso and come on down to your belly so that you're adding a little bit of a kind of a weird, funky twist to this. Breathe. And then final option, only if your lower back is okay, is coming up to the elbows, adding a little back bend, a little Sphinx pose to this. Any funky feeling in the body, you've gone probably a little too deep, so just lower it to the level before. And everybody lower down, turn back onto your side, draw that knee in and release. Good, just shake that out. And switch sides. Coming down on your side, both knees are flexed. Breathe, belly's toned in, the feet are flexed. You're just going to lift the knee, lift the foot, turn the knee up. It's a long-winded way of saying just take your leg up. Your toes are pointing toward your head, toward your shoulder. When you're ready, you're going to internally rotate that hip and tap that big toe to the floor. And then turn it up. Slowly lower, tap. Turn the toes up and lift. Down and tap. Good. We got 2 left here. And down. Last one. Up, down, tap. Hold it right here. Nice internal rotation. The low belly is toned, and we're just going to lift and lower for 10. Lift. Keep that heel pressing up toward the ceiling. Toes are pointing down. 3, 4, 5 left. 5, 4, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Tap that toe down and hold to stretch. And then turn the toes forward. Slide that leg forward right off the hip. Drop that foot to the floor. Straighten the lower leg. It's kind of like a little L shape with the legs, right? Breathe. Back glute can be active, by the way. That bottom leg, excuse me, is active. So 1, you're here. 2, you're going to turn your chest toward the mat so that you're coming into a little bit more of a twist. And then optional again, coming up to your elbows. Breathe. Nice job, everybody. Come out the way you came in. Release, bend both elbows, and stay right on your side. And then press yourself all the way up, but hold on to this little side position if your knees allow, okay? So you're just stacking the legs so that ideally both knees are on your mat. You're on, if I'm mirroring here, this would be my left hand, both knees down on the floor, other hand to hip, and then just lift up and take the arm up and then lower. You can keep the arm up. It's a little harder lift. Don't do this if your knees hurt, please. 3, 4, 5, and lower. Whew. Stay here. 1, you're going to do exactly what we just did. 2, you're going to extend the legs out, but scissor them so one leg is back behind the other. Press up to side plank and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand comes down, slowly lower those hips. I know, and switch sides. So again, you're stacking the legs so that both knees are on the floor. I seem to be having trouble with this one. Good, both knees are on the floor. Other hand is supporting your body. The hand, you notice, is slightly forward so that when you lift and the body pitches forward, you'll stack shoulder and wrist. So your hand to hip and lift. Maybe take the arm up, adjust as needed. And 2, 3, 4, working with the hips still, and 5, and take it down and breathe. Same thing, either you're going to hold that position for 5 or you're going to extend out. I like to scissor the legs. I take my bottom one back, my top one forward, press the hips off the floor, find that side plank, and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down, everybody. Woo! And just pause for a second. Roll your shoulders, shake all that out. Grab your blanket, place the blanket on your mat for your knees. That is, of course, optional, but always a nice thing to do for yourself. And then come to table pose. Press the left leg out, tone that belly in, lift the leg. And then do knee circles with that left leg. Circle. It's really hip circles, but imagine you're stirring a pot with that knee. Switch directions. One more. Breathe. Tap the opposite knee, but then lift straight out. For 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. Lower, extend out. Level the hips. Take it into balancing table. Find your breath, everybody. That's it. Place that hand on the floor. Place your foot on the floor. Extend the right leg. You're in plank. I know. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower both knees and go into child's pose or puppy stretch. Find your breath. And just notice again, right? Notice how you're feeling. Is your breath back to normal? Are you breathing a little heavier there? Excuse me. And then let's come on up, switch to the other side. You're on your hands and your knees. The belly tones in, the right leg lifts out. Lift that leg, hold, and then give me some really nice hip circles. Breathe. Don't rush this. Take your time. Switch directions. One more. Take that same knee right out to the side like little fire hydrants. 2, 3, 4, 5. Same leg. Press it out. Let's find balancing table, everybody. And then release the hand, put that foot back to the floor, extend the other one, finding plank pose. Watch the hips, don't let them sink. Try not to overdrop the head. Breathe. And lower the knees. Come on down to elbows. Lower the torso, you're back on the floor. Find your breath. Again, notice how you're feeling. What's going on? What needs to be stretched? What feels good? All right, come on back up, everybody. Table pose. Let's see if we can play with this just a little bit. Let me turn back around. Left leg presses out. Lift that leg up. Let's do some circles. Give me 5. Give me 5. Circle. And switch directions. 4, 5. Go, oh, what happy hips I have. Down to the floor, out for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen up. Take it out to the side and then take it behind your other knee. And back out for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Extend it out. Balancing table. Breathe. Core work here. Elbow to knee. 4, 5. Come on, we got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand down, foot down. Other leg extends. Plank pose. Squeeze it in, everybody. Yep, you got it. Last one here, optional. Turn both feet and come to side plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand back down. Turn yourself back to neutral. Lower the knees. And child's pose or hero pose. Find your breath. All right, you ready? Second side. Here we go. So I've turned myself around. Hands are on the floor. You're in table pose. That belly engages with your outside knee or right knee. I'm not sure which side you're on. Let's get some circles. 5 nice circles, one direction. 4, 5, switch. 1 and 2. Last one. Take it out to the side. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it behind the knee and up. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4. One more. 5, extend it out. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the standing glute, right? The one that's having to sustain us here. Take the left arm out or the opposite arm out. Hold. And then 5 times knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand down, foot down, plank pose. Knees can come down if you've had enough. Breathe. And then turn both heels and lift up side plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release fully. Everybody let go. Find the pose that feels good to you. That's it. Getting nice and warmed up with this upper or with these lower legs, working through the hips today. All right. Find a little, just a little push here. Grab your blocks. And step forward, right foot, coming into a simple lunge. So we start out by stretching the thigh, maybe the psoas, watch the knee here. Open up the shoulders. You can even take these blocks up a little bit higher if you'd like. Take your hands to your knee and then back up a little bit to go deeper into the stretch. So a little tuck of the pelvis, right? The thigh stretching, the hip maybe opening up just a little bit more. If that's your left knee on the floor, take the left arm up, squeeze that back glute, and a baby side bend, just a little bit. Keeping balance. Find your breath. Come back to center, both hands back to your blocks. I'm going to lower mine to medium just for that added stability, and lift the left knee off the floor. And hold. Take your hands to your knee. Lift your torso, bend the back knee, sit back with the torso. So we're in the same-ish position that we were with the knee down. So you can go there. Right hand stays on the knee, the left arm goes up, find your balance. And then maybe just the smallest of side bends here. Trying to tap into the psoas just a little bit. Take it center, other arm extends. Maybe you extend that back leg. Exhale slowly down to your blocks. Lower that knee, switch side. Left foot comes forward, right knee is on your blanket. Should feel comfortable. When you're there, take your hands to your knee. Open up the shoulders. Find that first lunge, that first stretch, back glutes engaged. And then back off a little bit. So you're more 90-90, little bit of a tuck to the pelvis. The right arm goes up, right? So I don't know about you, but I feel a heck of a stretch in the right thigh when I come back a little bit. And then a slight side bend, just a little bit. Keep your balance. Breathe. Lower those hands to your blocks. Optionally lift the knee. Good alignment, everybody. Hands come to the left knee. Lift the torso. Take the right arm up. Again, optional, bend that back knee. Bring the whole torso back a little bit. Woo. Yep, and a slight side bend. Take it back up, both arms up. Maybe extend that leg out. Lower hands to your blocks, nice and slow. Lower that knee. Bring the other knee back. Breathe. Take the right foot forward again. Lift the left knee. Find your breath. Hands to knee, lift up. Find that, right? The solid, easy lunge. Take the left arm up. Breathe. From here, one, you're going to take left hand to knee, or you're going to bend the elbow and take the elbow to the outside knee. The hands come to prayer. Super easy here. Just a lunge twist. Keep the back leg engaged. Breathe. Take your whole torso to center. Lift the arms back up. Exhale your hands down. Lower the knee to the floor. Switch sides. It's so interesting, right? So lift the knee, come to lunge. That when our hips or knees or whatever is off, we have to remember that front body and back body both need the work, or side body both needs the work. Hands to knee, come on up. Soften the shoulders. Take the right arm up, hold. Either hand will go to knee, or elbow's gonna go to knee. And we come to prayer. Make sure that bent knee is not rolling into the middle. You got it, everybody. Take it center. Take both arms up. Lower both hands to the floor. Lower your knee. Bring that other foot back. And child's pose or hero pose. Good. And release, everybody. Now this next one, maybe, maybe not, especially for my knee people. So we're going to start with both blocks stacked, one on top of the other. I put a blanket in front. I'm going to sit on the blocks, but I brought the blanket up front, thanks to my friend Michal. And I'm going to put my knees on the blanket and sit on the blocks. For most people, this is an accessible pose because we're nice and high up. The knees, generally speaking, won't get a lot of pressure. However, if this isn't working for you, come out of this pose, come to easy pose, or anything else that feels good to you. Excuse me, roll the shoulders back. And just feel, I love this pose because of the alignment of the spine. So much easier to sit this way with a beautifully long neutral spine than to sit cross-legged and not get some of that rounding in there. So left hand, take it up to the ceiling, turn the palm behind you and pat yourself on the back and just lift up. Breathe. Take the other arm out, internal rotation, reach it behind. I like to take that hand all the way to the opposite side waist and just hold here, right? So we're working toward cow face arms. Again, strap, right? If you want to use a strap behind you to hold, that's okay. But what I find in cow face arms, so let's get there first. So your hand is out to your side. That might be right where you stay, or you work the fingers up. Now, I can hold fingers on both sides, both directions, but I want to just let the fingers touch without grasping. When I hold and grasp my fingers, you can maybe see, if you can see on the screen, when I squeeze, it pulls this elbow back more, which tends to put a little bit of a stress on the front of this shoulder, more so on my right side. So I'm just going to let the fingers touch. And if your fingers don't touch, that's okay too. The key here is chest lifted, chin level, not dropping down into this little cow pose with the rounded upper back, or cat pose. So just hold, but resist the urge to hold fingers, even if you can. Try to let the stretch be, I don't know, a little less, a little less. Good. Breathe, everybody. And then release the lower arm, release the upper arm, shake them both out. Other side, take the right arm up for you and pat yourself on the back. Already I can feel this side is tighter here in the triceps. I'm just going to hang out for a second, get my head to neutral. Breathe. And then if you're ready, the other arm extends out. There's an internal rotation. And I just want to see if I can find my side body a little bit, right? So we know we're getting that arm back far enough. Optional, walk the hand up. Maybe the fingers touch, maybe they don't. Maybe you've grabbed your strap to make this a little bit more accessible, holding the strap in each hand. The chin is level. That's probably my biggest thing, right? If your chin is dropping, you're just compensating. I would lower the arms before I would lower the chin. Good, breathe. And just hang out, just feel the stretch, right? You got it. And release, and release, and shake that out. Both arms up, both hands behind your head, as if you could, like both hands, I've got one hand stacked on top of the other. They're both at the base of my neck. I'm almost going to squeeze my head, right? I'm getting that head between the two forearms, and I'm going to lift up through my chest. Deep breath. And release. Ooh, good. If you're still okay here, right? Been on knees for a little while. I want you to come up off the blocks. They're still behind me. I still got both of them stacked. I'm walking my lower legs into the blocks. I'm holding those blocks with the legs, lifting up. The tailbone drops. The chest starts to lift. We're playing with this idea of camel. So both hips press forward with the thighs as the upper back starts to open. So choices, right? One, you're here, hands are in your deep back pockets. And I love this one because one, it reminds me to keep tucking that tailbone, but it's a very stable camel. It should not hurt. If it does, or if you're sitting in your lower back, then take it up higher, okay? So one, you're here. Two, you're gonna walk the hands down to the backs of your thighs. Three, maybe you find those blocks, maybe. Please don't drop the head back. Hands back to your pockets. Good, back to your thighs, and we sit back down. It's kind of nice, those blocks right there. Deep breath, everybody. Ooh. All right, so careful because you're up on these two blocks. Take the legs out, walk them forward. Please be mindful here. Cross one knee over the other. It's hard with two blocks. And walk those feet out and come into this very bizarre variation. I'm going to take one block out. I thought that would be stable, but it doesn't feel super stable. So you decide if you want that second block there. If it's wobbly, then take it out. So cow face legs, we've been working these hips. Still got the blanket there. It's a nice little cushion, especially for the ankles. Ideally, the knees are stacked. Realistically, your legs might be out here. Your bottom leg might be straight, and you're doing more of a half cow face. Super, super, perfectly okay. Wherever you are, we sit in the pose. I do like sitting up on one block, but you can take that block out as well. When we raise the hips, They allow the knees sometimes to descend more. And then, of course, you all know, I think, you can take a block under the knees. You can take a block between the knees, which also feels really, really nice. So wherever you are is where you are. If your left leg is on top, and I'm mirroring here, then your left arm will be back behind you. So both arms out. The right arm for you goes up, the palm turns behind you. You pat yourself on the back, internally rotate your, what would be your left arm, and bring it to your version of cow face arms. The chest is lifted, the head is neutral. If this is not working for you, especially at the knees, please straighten the bottom leg or straighten both and do a figure four. Also a really nice pose for the hips. Deep breath. Release the bottom arm, stack it on top of your other, and just lift the chest. Ah. And release it. Good. Lean back, careful. Take both legs out. Maybe straighten them for a second. And then switch sides for you all. Left leg would be down, right leg would be on top. Again, finding your version of cow face legs. Pause here, see how you feel. Do you feel stable? Do you need to adjust it? Maybe with the blocks, maybe separating those knees. And then again, if it's your right knee on top, the right arm will go behind. So we take that behind, we take the other one up, and we find cow face pose, Gomukhasana. Deep breath. Release just the bottom arm. Take it back up, stack one hand on top of the other. Frame your cute little head and maybe look up. And release, release, lean back, straighten the legs, come off your block if you are still on it, and let go. Good. Baddha Konasana, legs, soles of the feet together. Just a little butterfly action here, just a little flutter, go easy. And then bring the legs together. And let's come on down to the floor. If you have a blanket or want a blanket underneath your head, go ahead and grab it. Come on down all the way. Take the left leg up toward the ceiling and then come to figure four. Draw both knees to your chest. Allow your upper back or your whole back really to settle down. Feel the weight of your body on the floor. Nice neutral spine. And then you're going to take that left foot to the right, to the floor if it'll reach. Let the right foot relax. So you're in a twist here. If this does not feel good, please release this top leg and stack both knees instead. And just breathe. Push into both feet, come back to center. Release your left leg. Take the right leg up toward the ceiling and then ankle to left knee. Bring the knees toward your chest. Little figure four here. And then let that right foot go across to the left, comes down to the floor, and then your left leg releases all the way down. So you're not holding it up, you're not hovering it. Again, coming into a twist on this side. And breathe. One more breath here. Push off both feet, come back to the center. Release that leg, draw both knees to your chest. Just rock a little and maybe do your final set of knee circles, both knees moving in one direction and then the other. And then as you're ready, straightening the left leg and straightening the right leg. Squeezing through your glutes and letting go. Good. One more like that. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let go. And then find your Shavasana. Start to let your body settle as you are moving into Shavasana. I just want to read one more poem by Mary Oliver. This is another one, of course, of her famous poems called Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. We all have a place here. We all share in humanity, in our love, our compassion, our mirroring. And we let go of trying to be better, trying to be more. We let it sink into our bones. We love ourselves. We find the true Shavasana, the surrendering of all that is. Feel your breath move through you as you soften down even more. For those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Start to deepen the breath. Draw your knees toward your chest. And just rock side to side. Allow the knees to fall to one side or the other. Curl over to fetal pose. Send yourself messages of love and understanding. And then slowly come on back up to a seat. As you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale those hands to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom. It is there. We just have to listen. May we do so in the new year. Namaste, everybody. Thank you.